I know you guys miss me, but thankfully it's Jakefully. Today in this video, we're going to be covering some Easter eggs that are most likely hinting a future zombies map we might be seeing. Now, it's not directly hinting it, it's showing little hints, Easter eggs, I guess we like to call it in the zombies community, pointing to one of a future DLC maps that we might be getting. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like if you guys do. Subscribe if you guys are new, that would be awesome. But anyways, let's get into the Easter eggs. So in this Easter egg, we're going to be taking a look at the multiplayer map Splash. The greatest multiplayer map so far, am I right? So like I said, you guys might have seen this Easter egg already. It's very obvious, it's right in the way. 3 sets of our premise statues, Tank Dempsey, Nikolai, Takio, Richtofen. 4 characters in premise form as our Templar Knights. But this is very interesting because we see 3 sets of these characters, these statue forms of our premise, which is heavily involving zombies, obviously. We see it in one specific part of this Splash map, and this part happens to be called Atlantis Riptide. I believe this Splash map is hinting some things we might be seeing in future zombies map, and I'll get into it now. And I know a lot of you are probably saying this is multiplayer, what does this have to do with zombies? I mean, they just put statues of our premise, big whoop, little Easter egg. I mean, multiplayer is known for putting Easter eggs from zombies into the multiplayer mode. Even in the same map of Splash, we see the Der Eisendrache shield we see all around the knights in Der Eisendrache. We see the shield. We also see the stained glass from the church in Der Eisendrache on this map. So zombie Easter eggs heavily involve just specifically this map, but multiplayer all throughout the multiplayer mode, it's Easter eggs hinting zombies. Even the 10th prestige, I believe it's 10th prestige, I'm not completely sure. We see the 3-headed dragon looking thing. Looks kind of familiar, right? Der Eisendrache. Duh. And sorry, I'm acting like I just smoked 500 pounds of weed. I don't know why I'm so chill right now, but anyways, let's just go with it. So multiplayer definitely, like I showed you, definitely shows zombie Easter eggs in the multiplayer mode. So on this map, not only do we see our premise crew in an area known as Atlantis, we also see some Easter eggs throughout this whole map, and it's the Kraken. It says the slide over in the distance, it was called Kraken. And then the boat in the middle with the slide, this is known as Kraken's Revenge. And that name specifically, Kraken's Revenge, is very interesting because revenge for what? I believe that this Easter egg involving our 4 premise characters is foreshadowing a map that we might be seeing underwater, an Atlantis-like map. A lot of you can argue, and I believe it myself, is Shadows of Evil was playing the role as Atlantis, the lost city, but it was never referred to specifically as Atlantis. It could be technically Atlantis, but the Atlantis that we think of is, you know, something underwater. And speculation heavily involves the Pompeii map. Little do you guys know that on this Pompeii map, there's a city known as Non-Madal. Adjacent to Non-Madal, there's an underwater sunken civilizations. Locals used to say that Non-Madal is the surviving parts of this city that was sunken underwater, that sunk underwater. Sunken is not a word, I always say this, but there's an underwater city right next to Non-Madal on Pompeii. We're definitely getting hints for the Pompeii map. We are most likely going to this map, and on this island there's a Non-Madal city, and the Non-Madal is the surviving parts of the underwater sunken civilization known as Lemuria. And so if they use this to their storyline purposes for a zombies map, we could definitely be going underwater in this sunken underwater city known as Lemuria. Like I said, there's the Kraken Easter egg and the Kraken's Revenge. Lemuria is a home place for all apothecans, and that's where the Kraken came from. The Margwas are teleporting from there. The parasites, the meatballs, they're all coming from Lemuria. And Kraken's Revenge could be hinting to another time when our characters face the huge Kraken in the sky once again. Another thing that I want to show you guys on this Easter egg filled multiplayer map is the ship in the middle. A lot of you can argue saying that this pirate ship just fits for gameplay purposes. You know, it fits the theme of this map. That's the only purpose of this pirate ship in the middle. Like I showed you, there's tons of zombie Easter eggs on this map already. There's nothing stopping me to believe that this pirate ship could be an Easter egg foreshadowing something we might be seeing in the zombies storyline if we happen to go to this Pompeii map. This is how I picture it. So how are our characters going to get to this Pompeii island, right? You might be saying, well, the teleporters, because, you know, there's some kind of group, Division 9 on this island, and you know, they could have teleporters. But if this Division 9 is still functional, our characters might want to do a sneak attack. They might be using a ship, and you might be saying that's completely crazy, Jake. But no, we've actually seen a ship with our zombies storyline. On the Der Eisendrache poster we got, on the bottom left of this poster, there is a little little ship. Kind of looks exactly like the ship we see in Splash, am I right? Or the same kind of style, I should say. So what if our characters sneak attack this island, going in on a ship, and using this ship, getting close to this island of Non-Badal, knowing that Lemuria houses every apothecon. If they get close, don't you think a apothecon might try to take them out? And what do we see wrapping around this pirate ship on this map? Some kind of tentacle-like creature, an octopus. But for our zombies purposes, they could use an apothecon-like creature to sink this ship. If they're close to Lemuria, they sink the ship, they're getting closer, apothecons attack their ship, they're stranded on this island, and the zombies start attacking. I believe that could be happening in our cutscene if we do get this Pohnpei map. And not only would we be getting Takio for this map, not the only reason why we're here. Remember, apothecons lie in Lemuria, and Lemuria is the housing place of Cthulhu, the leader of every apothecon. Like I said, we see the Kraken's revenge. Remembering the ending of Shadows of Evil's Easter egg, it wants revenge. But anyways, that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, I'd appreciate that tremendously. And also subscribe if you guys are new here and enjoy zombies content. Talk to you guys in the next one. Goodbye.